Hello, Alex. My name is Christopher Pollard. What brings you in today?
Hi, Christopher. Yes, coming to talk to you. Yes, about um, things that have been happening lately in my life. Try to manage time and school, undergrad. I mean, my graduate program and life in general. So um, I work as a GSA for the social work department at Liberty.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
and and it's a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but
Oh, well, that's awesome. Glad to hear that. You work for the GSA, and I know you're working on two masters. I would love to ask you a little bit about the different types of stress, or if there any stress that you encounter as you're working towards those things. So I know for me, working, being a father, and going to school, I have experienced stress in that way. So I'm just wondering, Alex, are you experiencing any type of stress as you go through your daily life of working and balancing school?
yeah, mostly it's just stress comes from time management, because I have all these assignments for my job that I need to grade, all these papers that I need to do, and then plus, help the professor to teach. And on top of that, I have my own assignments, for my own program, all the papers, all the quizzes, all the reading that has to do. So, and, and plus, helping at my church, leading, the people, organizing the services and different events. Just when all comes together during the week, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like, I just need a break. But like I said, it's sometimes it's okay, but sometimes when, especially in the weeks that I have to do a lot of readings, it gets so overwhelming. So
Oh, absolutely. So I heard you say, you know, you have school, you have work, you have church, you have a lot of reading. Where do you find the time to do all these things? I heard you. Your biggest challenge and your biggest stress is time management. So where do
yeah.
you find the time?
Well, I just try to organize my time with, either using my calendar or my phone or, electronic calendar, so I can um, divide my time, in the morning, just, get up early, get good rest. I mean, at least 6 hours, so I can, rest. Uh, you know, People say, you should rest 8, but not right now. I mean, probably when I finish, got, good time to sleep. But right now, it's just my average 6 hour just to sleep and then get up early and start my day, from morning until the afternoon, my job, the things that I need to do. And then in the afternoon is just doing my school work. Yeah, and then during the week, I have different events at the church, like Bible study, like prayer, and then on Sunday, of course, we have church, which is, almost half the day because I have to be there in the morning, make sure everything is set up, and then when everybody's gone after the service, make sure that the church is clean and everything's taken care of. So
What?
yeah. Well, I don't have a family like you. You say you. I can imagine, having a family and doing all these things. So, but I'm sure you can relate to me. And so,
Well, absolutely. I can certainly relate to you, Alex. And having children, I have to make sure that my kids do their schoolwork. I have to stay on top of that. So my wife is in the military, and, so, and,
oh well,
and yeah, and at this moment she's out in the field. So I have to make sure that the kids do their schoolwork, make sure that I feed them, take good care of them, take care of work and other business, come home, do, schoolwork. So I can certainly relate to you, Alex. One thing that I have that works well for me is a schedule. I have provided, me and my wife have put together our schedule, kind of like what she has going on, when she can cook dinner, when she can do certain things, when I can cook dinner, when I can do certain things, so we can help each other out and we can stay on task, and then, therefore I can complete my mission, so to speak. So my question for you is, do you have a schedule, or do you have anything that helps you manage your schedule? Because from what I hear, you have a very busy schedule, very busy life. So do you have anything to help you?
Yeah, I do. Like I said, I do have a schedule, and which I try to follow weekly and respect. But sometimes, one thing happen and
right, yes.
and then people need some help. So I have to, kind of to step out from my schedule to modify my schedule to just adjust it and be able to help, whoever needs help, or, as a social worker, there's, there's going to be some crisis, and
yes.
Also some part of my ministry, people, need help. So, and, I have roommates too, and sometimes, things they need, so I'm kind of, there to help them. But yeah, but I try to balance, maintain respect my schedule, but sometimes it's kind of hard, because at night, I just want to be honest, I just want to rest.
Yes, I can relate. Oh my God, yeah, I can relate. So, what do you do in those times when you feel yourself a little bit off task, a little bit off schedule? Do you have anything that, helps you get back on track when you get a little sidetracked from time to time?
So, I guess when I'm feeling like that I'm overwhelmed or kind of sidetracked, I just take a moment, pause, and try to prioritize. So what is the most important thing that needs to be taken care of at the moment? So based on that, I do it. Sometimes I say, I can do this thing another time on another day. So otherwise, because if I try to do everything on that day, I just get too overwhelmed. And sometimes it's just the outcome is not that effective or efficient as should be. So, like for instance, doing a paper, if I'm so overwhelmed doing all this grading, and then my own paper is,
yes,
it's coming soon. Like, I just, I need to take, time to, write a good paper, So all these things, but I try to maintain. But when all these things happen, and like I say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna do my best and my reading and. Or try to help people. I think my problem is just I try to help a lot of people, or try, to at least to bring balance to people's life.
Right.
So and that kind of, I see like I need to take care of myself too.
Right. So what I hear you say is that you love helping people so much that sometimes you don't put yourself first. So sometimes you like, you help people so much you don't put yourself first. So one of the things that, I've had to do, having kids and wife, a plate full of things, is I've had to, tell some people, hey, listen, I'll be able to get to this on this day or this time or whenever, because right now I got to get to me. For example, same thing. I had to do a self-evaluation, for the end of this course on the interviews that we've done. And I was having a difficult time, just evaluate myself, because I feel like, as an older individual, not too old, obviously, but as an older individual, that most of the kids come to school, that I have good skills of talking and counseling and helping folks. But at the same time, I know that I'm not perfect. I'm a student, an undergraduate, so I am learning this, right? So I was having a difficult time of evaluating, and I needed time to just focus and reassess myself. That way I can try to put together a good paper. So I can certainly relate to you. And one of the things that I've learned that works for me is sometimes it's okay if we have to put ourselves first, you know? And
Yeah.
so, sometimes we just have to do that. I know that, God would allow us to do that from time to time because He knows that we also have things we have to take care of. But I want to ask you, do you have any, family members or anything that you talk to and that help you release, some of the stress from time to time? Because I can only imagine as a guy in your shoes, the many different hats that you wear, the many different things that you do, that sometimes you get stressed out as well. Do you have anybody to help you with that?
My brother used to live here in Lynchburg, but he joined the army, so he moved with his family to Texas. So, he was a pastor of the church, but because he joined the army, so he was sent to Texas with the whole family. So I kind of took him. I know the pastor, but I kind of one of the person who leads the church. So, well, my brother was was very helpful to me. He supported me, in different areas, with things. But now it's like he's gone. But no, he was the only family that I have. But I have friends, I have my roommates, and people, from the program, people from work. Um, so there are people at the church that I think that they also can help. Who, whenever I feel stressed, or maybe I could ask them. Maybe they can, take the lead on one Sunday, and so can give me a break.
Absolutely. So again, I heard you say you have, people at church, you have pastor, you have family. Even though I know your brother's left, he's moved away, he's in Texas now, but I'm sure you're still able to call him and talk to him, and
Yes,
you guys are able to work that out. So that's good. I know you can relate. It's very good to have people, a network of people that you can talk to that can help you work through your issues from time to time. Because I know, right? We all have problems that we need to work out from time to time.
yes,
You know.
yes, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. And as we get ready, we get to an ending point here. I just want to, just rehash some things here. I know you have a very full schedule, as you say, full plate. You social work, minister, you working on your second master's degree, and outside of that, you're a TA, teacher's assistant. You have to do your own schoolwork. So there's a lot of things there. So you have to keep a nice schedule for yourself, and then there's stress involved in that as well. So you have a network of people that can help you with stressful moments from time to time, and you also look to help other people. And so I know that one thing I would recommend that you work on from time to time is putting yourself first. Sometimes, make sure that you take care of yourself. That way you continue to do a great job of taking care of other people. Would you agree?
Yes, I absolutely. Yeah, this is something that I'm aware of. Like I need to set a time for just for self care. So the last 3 weeks I've been kind of slacking on that, but I want to get back to dedicate my time so I can exercise, or we just go for a walk, or just set a time for myself, just to enjoy myself, just go for, I don't know, ice cream or movie. I don't know.
Absolutely, I agree. One of the things I love to do is, and I was taking a psych class, and I was on behavior modification, and I switched from eating meat to being a vegetarian. One of my positive reinforcements was sweet treat like ice cream and going to the movies. So just by doing those things to remind myself to put myself first here in this situation, that way I stay on task and I don't eat meat. I'll reward myself at the end of the week with those two things. So I say you're certainly on the right track with that. Definitely continue to take care of yourself and indulge in those things, and that way you feel better about yourself, and then you're able to continue to do great work with other people.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's been great talking to you today, Alex. Um, is there anything else you would like to say in closing?
Um, no, I mean you've been very helpful, and thank you, for allowing me to, just to express my feelings and vent a little bit, how I've been feeling. So thank you.
Absolutely. You're welcome, Alex. Thank you for your time today. And, hopefully I've said something that will certainly help you, along the way, here in the next days and weeks. I appreciate you helping me today as well. You've been very helpful.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All right. So that will close our session. All right. Thank you, Alex.
All right.
All
so,
right.
Yeah. So, great job, man.
Thank you.
Christopher. Yeah. I like, you're very engaging. Even though we are Skyping, but I think that, you keep eye contact with looking at the screen and nodding your head and paraphrasing and, stating what I was saying. You follow. Not pretty much know every word, but you just restate everything. What
Yes,
I was
sir.
saying,
Yeah.
which is a sign that you have a good listening skills.
Okay.
And that's a strength. And then just empathizing, how I was feeling, with the stress, and you kind of relate, to my situation. And you self-disclose, but I think self-disclose was appropriate. You didn't self-disclose much, tell about your life. Just be cautious when you're working with people, with new clients.
Right, with too much self-disclosure.
Yeah, yes. I think it was appropriate, but just have that in mind. Not to self-disclose a lot during the first, at least the first session.
Okay.
Because, like I said, it was appropriate, but just for the future, because you will be working with different clientele or different clients, and you have to know them first. What I can disclose to them, because maybe there's something that you might say might trigger something. Like for instance, military, all of that. But like I said, it was appropriate with me. I feel comfortable, and I relate to you. When you told me, about military. That moment when you said military, click with my brother. So that opened the opportunity for me to share with you.
Yes.
So,
but I definitely take your point, because it could backfire. So, like, from working with a military person who has had issues with somebody in the military, something like that could backfire. So, she'll definitely do the first meeting or intake, as we call it. Learn why they're coming in, what their issues are. So I don't, disclose something that would, cause them.
Exactly. Yeah, but overall, great job. From the beginning, just getting to know me and say, what brought you here. Reflecting on what I was saying, and then exploring, what can I do, to deal with my stress, some ideas, and then, just your closing part, just, kind of summarizing what we talk, and and the tips or things that I could do. So it was, it was really well. So you did a good job. So like I said, I will send an email to Professor Cox that we met.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Do you have any questions for me?
Oh, no, that's it. You answered them. I definitely want you explained the self-disclosure. So that was definitely, I've done that in a couple of my sessions, and so you were definitely, because you have experience. You're the first one to tell me about that. And that makes a lot of sense. So that's something I definitely want to make sure that I pay attention to going forward.
Yeah.
And because it's different, and because talking to family members and self-disclosing and talking to a client, I want to make sure that I don't do that. So thank you.
No problem. You are learning as you learn, as you get more into the field, social work. You will start noticing. So when it's appropriate to self-disclose when it's not the right moment, and what should I say, what shouldn't say. Like I say, there might be something that you can say unconsciously, and that might trigger something on the client, and so we have, to be mindful and careful on what we say. But our session was, was good, and like what you self-disclosed was appropriate. So.
Thank you, and I appreciate you sending that to Professor Cox, and that should help me complete this class. Again, Alex, I really appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule today to help me. Thank you so much.
It been my pleasure to meet you, and in the future you need, again, to practice again. Just don't hesitate to let Professor Cox and any other professor, to reach out to me, and you have my number and my email. I don't know if you have my email. It's A Lagos.
Oh yeah, let me write that down. Thank you, Alex. Gotcha. So it's A
Lagos, LAGOS @liberty.edu.
Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome. So how far are you in the program?
So I'm in my 4th year, and I'm headed to the stages of doing I got to start doing the student, when you go out and do the practicum bit of, yes.
Okay,
so, just going through phase 2 of the, gate 2. And so, just working along, Alex, driving towards my goal of being a social worker. Someday, I want to be like you, I want to get a master's degree in MSW.
Yeah, you're getting there. Just, be persistent and put God first, and